What's up, guys? Today we are working on a boiler up on the top of Sandia Peak in Albuquerque, and I've worked on this boiler a little bit already and we've come to the conclusion that it's airlocked. So I'm going to show you how to purge a boiler of its air and properly get this heat circulating again. This is one of many different types of purge stations. It's by ProPress. We're going to press this on. Two boiler drains here and a valve in the middle, which is going to separate, purging it through the return and the supply, and I'll explain that in a moment. First thing we need to do is verify our return side and our supply side. I'm going to be putting this purge station here on this return. It can also go on the supply, but in this case it's going to be better to put it on the return, because what's airlocked is our pump is moving. We think we may have to replace it but nothing's circulating, so this is going to force everything through the supply if we put it on this side. Picked a bad spot to start cutting, but that is what it is. So cutting off our other section here. As we measured, new purge station. So this is our fancy pump bucket that Perry Supply lent to us, and essentially what we're going to do is create our own loop. Now make sure if you have any air vents, you close them completely, or an air separator like this, you tape this off so that during this purging process air can't be sucked into here. And because all these pipes are up above the boiler, what's happening is air is getting trapped in these lines. And when we try to purge it just using the water from the supply, it's not enough velocity to catch the trapped air and bring it out. So now we're going to, now that we have 5 psi into the system, we're going to close this guy all the way and hook up our hoses. And the first hose we're going to hook up is this guy, and this is going to be on one side. Now how this works is this goes into this bucket like so, and this had to stop for a little Red Bull break and fill the water. Now take our pump. A little full, that's okay. They set this up real nice for us because up is down, and if you flip it, it's off. It's just a float that we hang on the side of the bucket so we don't have to worry about getting electrocuted. Open this up and hook up our hose. By the way, this water is dirty because some of it came from the boiler. We are now going to open these. Okay. Make sure these are on tight, and this guy is going to stay shut. Okay, now we'll go over here. Open this guy. Whoa. It's going to come right out right away. Let's open this guy first, maybe. Okay. Now we're going to turn this on, like so. Now what this is doing is it's sucking this water and it's sending it through here into the return side. And now it can't go this way because of this ball valve. So it is forced to go down through here, through the pump, through the heat exchanger, and then back up the supply, through all of the supply until it makes its way back to here. And that's where it will come out. So now we're going to open this, and air is going to start getting pushed out. See those bubbles? That's all air coming out. Comes all the way back through the return and pushing air out from the top with water and velocity through here. Look at all that. This is why we were airlocked. So hopefully this pump can get some water moving once we're done with this process. And I'll show you another trick. If you think there's trapped air in there, you can actually shut this off for a second, the water feeding out. Let it build up some pressure, and then give it like a tsunami through the pipes to grab the air, like that. So we're just going to run this for a little bit until I am satisfied. And obviously make sure that your water feed is off during this process. So this has been running for a little bit. I don't have any more bubbles coming out. See the water coming. Give it one more go here. You can feel the heat circulating because this was warmer water circulating through everything. This only has 2 zones here. What we're going to do now, while this pump is still running, we're going to close these. Okay. Close this. This. Shut it off just like that. Now, let's take a look at our pressure. And we want to bump that up a little, so we're going to add a little water. It should stop on its own. Then we are going to come up here and open this guy. And we're going to remove these and start up our boiler. Currently these are manually open, so I'm going to close them. And let's fire her up. Currently no call for heat. Okay. Our damper is opening. There must be a call for heat upstairs. So the boiler should fire. The pump turned on. And we have flame. Do we have flame? We have flame. Very good. And if all is well, we have removed the air effectively from this entire system, and heat will start circulating as it heats up. Now once we do get up to temperature in about a half an hour, we will take a temperature differential from the return and the supply, and for this circumstance there is a mathematical equation, but the short answer is we want a less than 20 degree difference. Now, this boiler is for radiant heat. However, I am under the impression that there are 2 air handler units in the bathrooms that also work on this. Now that's a conflict of interest, because for radiant heat you want 140 degree high temperature limit, but for say baseboard heat, or in our case the air handlers, we want 180. And to do that the right way, this is why they have this skipping over from the return line to the supply. There should be a mixing valve here. It looks like just right now we have a broken ball valve. Don't know if it's open or closed, so this system is not going to function properly until we make some adjustments. Of course, that'll all be up to the customer. So now that we fixed the boiler for the ski lodge down there, we're going to rip it up. It's a beautiful sunny day. Boy, do I love working for this place. I'll try to get some footy, but doubt it.